All right, and we are live. What's going on, traders? Johnny Trades here, back in action, and we got a wonderful, anticipated Sunday stock talk video. We're going to share some links. We're going to go over some stock market news, and I want us to go over and watch how the market reacts. Okay, right now it's October 12th, 2025. It's 5:55 my time, so the market will open in about 5 minutes. And I want us to watch how the market reacts after a major sell-off from on Friday from 613 all the way down to 582. It was a 5% sell-off for the overall NASDAQ market. VIX is at an all-time high. Remember, anything over 20 creates a lot of volatility and selling pressure in the market. And if you guys haven't watched my recent video from yesterday, go check it out, as I did chart and show key levels for over 18 different stocks that I have in my watch list. So we're going to share some links. That way people can get in and they know that we are live. If you like this kind of stuff, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, smashing that like button for me. And again, we have over 7,430 something members or subscribers on YouTube now. So we're about to cross over 8,000 subscribers. Our Discord is about to hit 1,000. And our Investing for Beginners private group on Facebook just crossed over 70,000 members. We're on our way to 100,000 members worldwide who all want to know exactly how to trade in the stock market. So we're going to do that today. All right, so we're going to react. Let me share this link real quick here. And here we got a lot of people who are excited about this live stream, and we want to know exactly how is the market going to react, so that way we can have a better understanding moving into Monday morning. And I will be day trading live at market open all week, Monday through Friday. So you have an ability and you have the option to watch me trade live, kind of get inside my head as to why I'm taking trades, how I'm making trades, how I'm making profits, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a great video. I'm excited. We're finally starting to get some people coming in. Hello. Welcome. How are y'all doing today? I'm excited, guys. This is there's a lot going on. We're going to share some news and some information on exactly what's been happening with crypto and with overall stocks, as well as some more recent news. If I can get this to work correctly. For some reason I can't. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and just post that. Our Investing for Beginners community is on fire. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But that's not the point. That's not why you're here. So grab your favorite drink, whatever it may be, and let's react to the markets. I'm excited to see how it goes. All right, sharing our links now. We Sunday stock talk now. Paste. And there we go. Boom. Over 70,000 members are getting notified right now that we are live. And that is it. So I'd love to know where you're tuning in from, whether it's a state or a country. I'd love to know. Drop a link. It's a very welcoming and inviting community, and we like to share different ideas with each other. Hello, Tom. Better view window cleaning. Hello, hello. I'm sure we're going to get some more people in here pretty soon. And guys, the market opens in less than 30 seconds. I'm so excited to see what happens. How is this going to play out? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are y'all doing? Where are you from? I'd love to know. Say hey, say hi, say hello, or yo, whatever it is. I'd love to know. Hello, hello. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. So it actually pushed up all the way to what looks like $600. It pushed just now down to $598.66, guys. We're not only going to go over the market and react to it, but we're going to go over a few trades and what we can do to set ourselves up for success leading into tomorrow morning's day trading session. And I will be live at market open. So when the market goes, or when the market opens in your area, whatever your time zone is, you can guarantee I'll be live right here. And we're going to be making some trades to potentially make some money. So beautiful gap up from $589 all the way up to $600 even, pulling back just a little bit. This is insane, guys. So what's pushing right now? SoFi, huge push up from SoFi. I do believe Nvidia popped up, very nice. Amazon, Google, Tesla. But the thing is it going to hold at these levels, or is this a fake out, right? Are we going to see a high dramatic and then we're going to see some rejection off of this moving average? Because that is very possible. There is a huge rejection. Huge. And we're talking not just 1%, 2%. We're talking 5% in a single day on Friday, okay? The biggest red Friday that we've had since April of this year. And what I want to do is go over some other information here. Let's see. I'm going to pull this over here. It's a little bit big. You guys hear me okay? See me okay? Perfect. All right. So, guys, look how the market's reacting right now. Overnight hours, it's getting rejected right off of that moving average. Okay, so we can see some more selling pressure. Now, if it can get above this moving average, then we can see some more upward momentum. But this little rally, this gap up, could be very short-lived, and it's because of all the recent news. I want to share this with you. The orange wizard of tariffs immediately halves your portfolio. It's Donald Trump. His tweets are simply savage. Savage. And we're dealing with a lot. We are dealing with a lot. Tariffs, okay? Trump tweeting that he still wants to implement 100% tariffs or plus 100% more on China. China saying they don't want a tariff war, but they're not afraid if they have one. Okay, this is interesting. Trump's tweeting, China's reacting, and then he kind of goes back and says, you know what? We're going to help them out. We don't want them to go into a recession. Friday, crypto liquidation soars at $9.4 billion. And it says in 24 hours, but it happened in literally like an hour. In 1 hour, the market just tanked. People lost money. The largest single day event ever, bigger than Luna, bigger than COVID, bigger than FTX. We all remember that. And we witnessed history on Friday. There are people that lost money. There are people that owe money. And there are people that took their lives because of this crash. I want you guys to know one thing. One thing here. If you could take away anything from this live stream, no trade, no amount of money is worth a person's life. Okay? You may be struggling with some profits, you may be struggling with some hardship, maybe struggling with being a consistently profitable trader. That's why you're here. And we're going to help you. I trade live in the morning at market open. We're going to show you how to make some money, guys. Okay? Unfortunate. All right, for everyone tuning in, what are we doing? How are we setting up for Sunday night? I'd love to, or for Monday morning, right? We're setting up now on Sunday night to prepare ourselves for Monday morning. What's pushing? TQQ back up to 101. Love to see it. Sound pushing up past that moving average. We'd love to see it, but look at this. On the 5-minute chart, it's getting rejected. So are we going to get some more selling pressure? It's very possible. Now, we did go over all of our key levels and our basically our charting for the week yesterday on Saturday. So go back and watch all of our charting, as that would be beneficial to you. Okay, beautiful trade. Can it push up? We will see. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, everything's looking very bullish. Okay, it's above that moving average, so we can see some upward momentum very easily with a lot of these companies. SoFi up 5% overnight. Beautiful trade. What else is up? CoreWeave. CoreWeave is also up. It crossed over that resistance level that we identified yesterday. Nvidia up 2.5%. Now, is this going to be a short-lived rally? Let's see. Tesla bouncing off of that moving average beautifully. But also on the 5-minute, struggling to maintain above that moving average. Okay, moving averages are important. They play a major role in whether the company is going to be bullish or bearish. When it's above the moving average, we can see these nice swings upward, as you can see here. Nice swings up, very bullish. And when it gets below it, gets rejected, and it acts as a resistance, and it can stay getting rejected for quite some time. Okay, so this isn't good. I don't like to see this for Tesla at all. This rejection candle here right below that moving average on the 5-minute time frame is not looking good. Let's see what the VIX is at. VIX index is still very high. Remember, anything over 20 means there's a lot of volatility, and there's also a lot of selling pressure in the market. So we can see SPY and QQQ possibly sell off even more. Now, SPY is struggling on the 4-hour chart to get above that moving average. But if it can get above the moving average and hold, we can see some more upward momentum back up to those previous highs. Now, I want you guys to know, the sky is not falling. Okay, there's not this crazy market crash that's going to happen. It's a slight pullback. Okay, if we zoom out, this small pullback of 5% from all-time highs to lows, 5% pullback is nothing compared to the amount of gains that we have made in such a small amount of time. April was huge. From February to April, the stock market lost 25%. So when we start seeing some big moves like that, then sure, maybe we want to start getting out of some of those long-term positions, locking in some profits. But 25% pullback compared to a 5% pullback is nothing, guys. I'm telling you. All right, the overall big picture, even from April to where our all-time high was, a 51% return. And everyone's losing their mind. Some people are hurting themselves and even taking their lives because of a 5% pullback. They got a little bit in too heavy. They used margin, which is money they necessarily didn't have. And it's unfortunate that it had to end the way it did for some of these people. Now, our Sunday night stock talk doesn't have to be so dreary, I guess, right? Dreadful. There are some good things that come from these major pullbacks. A 5% pullback in anyone's portfolio, you can average down. You can actually take a position now and begin to start taking some trades. Look at this 5-minute count. So 1 minute, let's go 1 minute, popped all the way up to 600. I don't like gap ups because usually gap ups mean that it's going to trickle down, and we can actually see this begin to trickle down, right? It popped up, and now what's going to happen? Is this just going to kind of slowly fade back down? It's very possible. Does it have to happen? No, it doesn't. this can very easily begin to just kind of stutter step like this. It can actually begin to push up. So it pushed up, maybe it goes up a little higher, retest, and then it starts to push up back to all-time highs. A lot of things can happen. But the point of these Sunday night stock talks is to be aware of where the companies and stock market is going overall. And right now, it looks like it had a nice gap up from 590s all the way to 600, even a 600 even, and it's pulling back down to 598. So thanks for joining, thanks for watching, and yeah, it's insane right now. The volatility of the market's real. The overall market conditions aren't necessarily the greatest with tariffs and crypto. We could actually check out crypto real quick. It's made a huge move. It's up over $4,000 or 4% in a very small amount of time. We've been calling this out at 110 since it started making that bump up, and it's pushed up dramatically over the last few hours. Okay, basically for the day, from what is this, 9 o'clock at night yesterday to about 6 o'clock now, so almost 24 hours, Bitcoin has already pushed up 5%. Okay, that's not bad. We have a long way to go to get back up to those all-time highs, but even so, guys, when it dropped from 122 to 108, that was an 11% drop. 11%, and it's already recovered 6%. So it's already halfway recovered from its sell-off. That's why I just don't understand how people could, well, nonetheless, right? We don't want this to be a sad video, right? It's unfortunate. I'm very grateful to be where I am and to have the opportunity to trade every day. So we do have about 5 shares, a very light position on Sound. I believe our average price was $16.50. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. And yeah, our average price was $16.54. After hours, it's at what, $17.87. So very nice. Very nice small trade. Only wish I would have bought more. And this is technically getting rejected. So when the morning comes, I'm very excited to see what trades we can make. But that is my only swing trade from the weekend. Buying at $16.50 was way down here. That is where we bought, and this is where it is right now. So I could lock in whatever little profits that is, which isn't a lot, or I can really just wait for this trade plan to work out. Okay, we're in the profit. There's no point in really doing too much. It's a very light position. Okay, but that is the only position I have right now. Now TQQ is pushing up. This is a triple leveraged ETF. And when the market goes up 1%, this goes up 3%. So buying, you know, if you did buy that dip on Friday after hours, you'd already be up about 8% currently. Open, this was another company that we called out. Wouldn't mind buying Open about $7.50, risking about 50 cents per share to potentially make a very nice profit. We're talking about like 40% potentially. Now it doesn't have to, right? It could basically bounce right off of this moving average, making about 12%, but even 12, 20, 30% is good. Sound, beautiful, you know, beautiful move on the 1 hour chart. It's trying to get above this moving average. If it can hold above it, then we can see some really nice upward momentum. So I'm going to set my alert. If it goes below 1770, I'll take $1.20 in profit per share. And if it pushes up above that resistance level, about 1825, then we'll be able to add some more to our position and make even more money. Century Aluminum, same thing, right? gapping up slightly. We got a great trade plan for that. SoFi, also great trade plan. And everything seems to be recovering very nicely so far with these overnight hours. Now look at Cake. Beautiful push up from Cake. We did call this out. $51, $52, pushed all the way up to $54. We're talking $2 per share, 4% profit in a matter of just a few minutes. AMD also pushing up. Now again, these key levels were drawn out, and we charted all of this yesterday on Saturday blindly without knowing the reaction of the market tonight. So again, having trading plans, charting key levels, understanding support and resistance can play a huge role in your success by being able to identify those key levels, areas of support, and the overall market conditions. Buying that dip so you can make more money when it pushes up. All right, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. I would love to know what stocks you're looking at. I'd love to do an analysis on them. Don't be shy. Go ahead and comment a ticker symbol. No one is going to harass you. Okay, there is no wrong ticker symbol to call out. But I'd love to know, what are you guys watching? What are you guys looking at? Are we looking at the same thing? But man, the overall market, it's holding at 598. We didn't pop up and then gap down. It's holding, which is a good indication. But I just don't like the fact that it's below this moving average still. Do you guys see how it flatlined right here? At all-time highs, it flatlined, sold off, and now we're technically struggling to get back above that moving average. On the 4-hour, we are above the moving average. So there are some, different indicators that we can use to determine exactly where this stock is going. But on the 5-minute, I like to use the 5-minute a lot because it gives me that nice big picture. Mo, hello, welcome. Tom, looks like we got some good members here. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. Where are you tuning in from? Do we have, more USA people? Do we have people from other countries? I'd love to know. So, yeah, crazy. AVGO. Yes, that is a very popular one to look at. Broadcom Inc. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Same thing here. We have charted this before. Very bullish, of course. And looks like it literally bounced right off of that level. Do you guys see that level right there? About 318. There was resistance back in August. There was also a push above with a retest at 318. Pushed all the way up to 373, which is great. And now it looks like it pulled back a little bit below that moving average. But man, this thing could really push up if the market continues an uptrend. From that little point where it bounced at the support 318 up to 374, guys, that's a 17% profit, or about $55 per share. So again, this is nothing to be too concerned about. This small little pullback is nothing, my friends. AVG pulled back 9%, and it's already pushed up about 5%. Okay, so everything's already about halfway back up to where it was. In literally a matter of 10, 20 minutes. Now, if we can continue this uptrend, then we can see it cross over that moving average, maybe get a slight retest, bounce back, and if we can get above 347, maybe 350, then we can send this thing home back up to those all-time highs of 374. And that's what we're looking at with that. Okay, it's not going to be a perfect push up, but even from here, buying at 333, having a nice tight stop loss, pushing above that moving average, again, you could still make $40 per share, 12% profit. And this is not financial advice. This is just my own personal opinion. I'm just a dude who likes to trade stocks in his living room. So, again, beautiful. AVGO, Everything seems to be pushing up, but we want to make sure that we have a tight stop. If this gets rejected at that moving average, then we could see this come down with the market and retest this level again. Okay, I want you guys to be aware of that. The moving average here is going to determine if we're bullish or not. Okay, right now it's below it, so it's going to act as a resistance. When it's above it, it acts as a support. All right, let's see who else is Rise Up West. Hello, MRVL. MRVL. Mo's tuning in from West Palm Beach, Florida. Amazing. I'm here in New Mexico on the border of Colorado, and yeah, I'd love to know where some other people are from. While we do MRVL. So we're talking about Marvel here. Okay, Marvel. All right, all right. Okay, we got a couple people. Okay, we got someone saying he's from Colorado. Hello, hello. All right, let's go ahead and go over that next one here. All right, Tom. Okay, Tom saying from Virginia. Wow. All right, all right. Marvel pushed up to $94. We can very plain as day see that. Okay, and wow, it had highs of 127 before. Huge pullback though. When we're looking at this on the daily chart, man, this thing lost 63% of its market cap. And we're talking like not even very long. I mean, we're talking in like 50 days, less than 2 months. It lost 63% of its market cap. All right, that's more than half of its total evaluation. Now, it is above that moving average, which I do like to see, but we must have charted this before because look at this. $94 is a resistance, and it's touched that area before back in November of last year. So moving back to a 4-hour time frame, it is very bullish. And congratulations for anyone who did purchase this company, you know, at $60, $70. That's amazing because now you've profited, you know, 40, 50% on this position. Pulled back on Friday, just like most companies did. It pulled back about 12%. So that gave everyone an opportunity to buy the dip. Now, I do like to see this on the 1-hour chart pushing above this moving average. We're using the 200-day moving average. The RSI curling over, or the MACD and RSI curling over, creating a great buy opportunity for anyone who bought that dip. Now, remember, the best time to buy is when everyone is fearful, right? Just like Warren Buffett says. And the best time to sell is when everyone's greedy. And we really need to get that mindset into our head because that is where we can make the most opportunity. When people are saying the stock market's crashing, sell everything, this isn't going great, people are losing money, people are hurting themselves, that could be the best time to buy. Now again, having those tight stop losses, if you bought at 94 and had a stop at 93 or 92, you locked in profits before this huge dip down to 83. Now you could use your money that you initially used for that first investment, the profits if you want to buy more of this stock and get back into a nice, better position, a more decent average price. Now, $85 would have been a beautiful area to buy. A lot of resistance at one point at that level. Some support also at that level. And now it's bouncing off that level again. Anyone who bought this at $85 on Friday is already up 4%. If this goes back to all-time highs, that's 11%, almost $10 per share. Now, what do we say? What do we do now? If you didn't buy it on Friday, what are we doing today? Well, come tomorrow morning, okay? We're going to be trading live at market open. If this stays above this moving average overnight, then we can see this begin to slowly grind itself back up. Now, it doesn't have to go all the way back up to all-time highs in a single day or overnight. It could take a week. It could take a month. This thing could also sell off. But what we're doing is we're creating a game plan. So if this pushes up 7%, and we have a very small stop loss, then we can definitely all benefit from this company. Now, say you buy at $88. You put your stop at that moving average, which is about what, 87.60, 87.50 even maybe, right? You're risking what, 0.6%, not even 1% of your portfolio or your trade, right? You're risking 1% to potentially make 7%. That's a 1 for 7. If you take that half a point in consideration, we're talking about a 1 to 14 R and R, risk to reward. So you're risking 1% to make 7%. And these are the trades that make people successful. If this holds above the moving average, you make money. If it goes below this moving average, you cut your losses, you get out, you wait for it to bounce again off of support or at another key level. And that's, again, the way you can conserve your capital and wait for a better opportunity for when it dips. So actually what we're going to do, we're going to add this to our watch list. Consider subscribing and joining the community, guys, because we will be keeping track of this as well. AVGO, we'll go ahead and add that to the list as well. I believe we had it on the list before. I may have taken it off, but we'll go ahead and add it to the watch list. We don't want to crowd the watch list too much. I'd say anywhere between, about 20 stocks is something that I like to watch and consistently keep track of. Any more than 20 for myself, it gets a little bit cluttered. And even sometimes I might only trade 1 or 2 companies. Like right now, my sole focus is Sound. I've been trading Sound quite a bit. I like to trade Sound. It makes sense to me. It has horizontal patterns. I'm able to buy these lows at $15, $16 and sell when it goes up to $18, $19, $20. Pulls back, buy again at those $15, $16 levels, let it push up, rinse, repeat. And that leads me to my next point. Looks like Rise Up West, Texas. Okay, Texas, very nice. Leads me to my next point here. We're going to go into the Discord, and I want to show you exactly what I posted today. Again, we have a lot of members in the community. Oh, hold on, sorry for all the weirdness. There we go. Push this open. 632 people offline in our Discord right now, the Hybrid Athlete Traders. Probably going to have to change the name back to Investing for Beginners community or something. But nonetheless, our Investing for Beginners community on Facebook private group, over 70,000 members, and it's more for long-term investors and dividend investors. Our Hybrid Athlete Traders is for those people who want to get in shape, not only physically, but also with their trading. And these are more like day trades, intraday trades, swing trades, and even momentum trades during pre-market. So right now we have a pretty good amount of people online. But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you was on our main trading floor. This is my bread and butter right here. My bread and butter winners on a daily basis. Buy support, sell resistance on horizontal patterns. So by being able to buy at these lows, sell at these highs, and then consistently be able to do it over and over and over, that's how you're going to make your money. Buying at a 460 and selling at a 580, you're making $120 a share. Buying at $10 and selling at $15, you're making $5 per share. No one says you have to buy at all-time highs. And me, personally, I would not ever tell you to buy anything. Right? I'm not here to tell you what to buy or what to sell. I'm here to educate you on my trading style and what's working for me and making me profitable. That way you can find your own success as well. But it's that simple, guys. Buy low, sell high. Buy at support, sell at resistance. If it crashes below your support level, then all you have to do is stop out. Wait for it to consolidate, do whatever it's going to do, and push back up. But we got a lot of great traders in here, a nice community of people, very welcoming community. The first link in the description and also the first pinned comment in the comment section. You guys are more than welcome to join. 100% free, lifetime access. And remember, it might not be free for long. I may start charging people to get access to this. But for now, it's free. And if you get in now, you'll never get charged. So it's crazy, guys, what's happening with the markets right now. Everyone's scared, but it doesn't mean you have to get too crazy, right? Don't over leverage yourself. I saw this today. People are actually like, how did my frog and cat coin fall 99% in 30 seconds? Bro, listen to what you just said. You're investing in frog coin, cat coin, Pepe coin, all these altcoins that don't even matter, guys. Don't invest in something that doesn't have any profits or anything that doesn't make any money. It's baloney. Now, yeah, I trade some crypto. I'm not gonna lie. It's mostly Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum, but I'm gonna stay closer to Bitcoin than anything. I ain't trying to do these altcoins and make 100, 1,000% profit because it's not real. You're gonna lose your money trading altcoins. Now again, with Bitcoin, I do the same exact strategy. I buy the support and I sell the resistance. I'm buying at 107, 110, and I'm selling at 120, 125. I wait for that pullback. I, use my money and my profits to buy more down here, and then when it comes up to these levels, I sell, take profits out, go have a nice time, take the family out to dinner, go on a vacation, or simply compound those profits and the initial trade to buy more at those levels. And right now, that's exactly what we're doing. Now, again, be aware, because Bitcoin is below this moving average, we can see some more selling pressure. I'm not here to tell you the markets are just going to go up. They don't have to go up. These can very easily come back down for a nice retest before it maybe pushes up from that support level. Okay? Nothing has to go up. Rise Up West, I have a small position in sound. Nice, watching sound as well. Yeah, I love this. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Look at XRP. It went from $3 all the way down to $1.68, which means I think that's like 50%. 45% it lost. That's insane. But what's not crazy is the recovery. It recovered 50%. So it lost 50 but recovered 50. Now, obviously, it needs to go up about 82, 80% to get back up to those highs. But dropping 50% and then coming back 50, geez Louise, guys. I mean, nothing is going to fall forever unless it's J.C. Penney. And we all know what happened to J.C. Penney. We're not talking about that. All right, so, guys, this was fun. This was a great Sunday night stock talk. I appreciated everyone for tuning in and showing up. Overall market, hey, we're not able to get above 600. We hit 600, but the moving average is at 670. So we need to actually see a little bit more upward momentum. It needs to push above that moving average on the 5-minute. So that way we can get some more bulls and more people coming in to buy. What's the VIX at? VIX is dropping a little. So if this can get back below 20, then the markets will somewhat stabilize. We can start seeing the markets begin to go up. Not as much volatility. Overall SPY, same thing. So going into tomorrow, we can see some more selling pressure. I'm not going to lie. We can see some more selling pressure. This can actually go lower. So again, it's up to you to decide. Do I take a little bit of profit now? Do maybe I not risk or invest so much in case it does pull back? And you don't have to trade every day. That's the great part about the stock market. It's going to be here tomorrow, next week, in a month from now, in a year from now, a decade from now. The stock market isn't going anywhere. But what can disappear and go is your money. So be patient. If you don't see a trade set up for tomorrow, you're not feeling comfortable trading, then simply don't take a trade. And if you're a long-term investor, know that the overall market is very bullish. It has been for a very long time. There's a higher probability that the market's going to continue to go up than to go down. And this chart very easily explains that. It's been pushing up since lows of $476, $500. We were surprised when it hit $600 back in June. We were all surprised when SPY hit 650 and held. And that's exactly what it did. It actually pushed all the way up to 674 from those 650 levels. And it came back down to retest it. Came back down, retested, bounced back up. And this is great. I love seeing stocks that can hold above the moving average because that just shows sign of it being bullish. This thing is very bullish. It's not going anywhere, and I love to see it. 2% recovery on SPY, and you're back to all-time highs. QQQ. We're talking another 2% recovery on NASDAQ, and we're back up to all-time highs, guys. So remember, it's not always bad for these pullbacks. If anything, it's a great thing for people who are sound-minded in their head, people who understand the market a little, and know that volatility is going to be there. And overall, you can make money when these crashes happen, when these little corrections happen, when these pullbacks happen. You're buying the dip. And of course, you're buying it with risk management in mind. What else, guys? What else do we have for you tonight? Marvel Holding, we went over that. Open, Sound, very nice push. Cinex pushing up, that's aluminum. SoFi, you know, they're all below those moving averages. Intel, above that moving average. We'll see if we get some more push up. Cake, very nice push up. And we're going to probably see that across the board. A lot of these companies are going to react with the market. They're going to push up with the market. And remember, the market and stocks that surround the market are a lot like boats and the tide. When there's a tide, you know, not just one boat goes up, but all the boats go up. All the stocks go up and down. Everything moves pretty much the same. When markets go up, all the stocks tend to push up with it. When market sells off, more than not, stocks tend to go down with it. So, and you can see that correlation very easily amongst a lot of these companies. Now, the one I'm watching, Tesla, this thing is insane. Look at that, pushing up. Not doing great fundamentally right now, but pushing up with the market. Nvidia pushed up, getting rejected off of this moving average, so I don't like to see that either. The more that this stays below that moving average, the more selling pressure we can see and it go down. Rise up, FLNC. We'll do one more. FLNC, same thing. Fluence Energy. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. Okay, looking pretty good. Looks like there's a lot of consolidation back, you know, even now, early September, around 650. Okay, there's some resistance. A lot of heavy resistance right where that moving average is. I'd say about 830-ish. And then it had a huge push up. Pushed all the way up to $16, which is just fantastic. And now it's retraced, of course, with the market slightly. But could this mean that it can go up to that $16 level again? Yeah. Now, how would I play this? Well, looks like it's not holding above that moving average very nicely. And anytime there's a gap up, it usually gives it all back. Unfortunately, it does. So there is a potential to make about 16% profit on this if it can hold above that moving average. Okay, but right now it doesn't look like it is. It's slightly below that moving average. Now there is some support at about 1360, right? Because we see that influence here. We see that consolidation and the bounce right there. So this could drop down to that level. It could also come all the way back down to 12. So let's see, long position. If you did take this position right now, or say you took it at 1377, I'd probably want my stop about 1350. If you want to risk about 1350, you're risking about maybe 1 to 2% to potentially make, what is that, 16%? Not bad, right? That's a 1 for 8 risk to reward. I mean, geez Louise, that's beautiful. I like to take trades that are a 1 to 2 risk reward, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, a 1 to 5 is nice. I'm risking 1% to make 5%. But even this, risking about 1 or 2% to make 16%, not bad. Not bad. Great call out. But look, it looks like it is selling off. So you would have already got stopped out on that moving average. A big red green candle. The stop did not play out. And so that's okay. Let's wait for this to come back down, show some signs of consolidation like we saw here, and then potentially a nice push above. What we want to see is this: consolidation above that moving average to where it's not getting rejected, and then you get that nice spike up. Right now, it's getting rejected off of the moving average, creating resistance and pushing down. So I hope that helps with FLNC. So yeah, I had really fun, great time with you guys today on the Sunday Stock Talk. We will be live tomorrow morning at market open. We're actually going to be live all week, and you guys get to see me trade live in the market. Get inside my head. Why am I taking a position? Why am I selling it? What am I doing? What am I looking at? Why do I want even take that trade? And that should help you guys become at least a little bit more profitable, or maybe even just get a different insight or a different opinion on trading and somebody else's opinion. Sometimes it's hard to talk to family members, friends, coworkers about stocks and trading. Our trading circle is very small when it comes to trading. It can be very lonely, and sometimes you just want a second opinion. And if that's the only thing you want to use me for, then that's perfectly fine. I'm here to do that for you. So remember, guys, this is a very volatile market right now. There's a lot of uncertainty going on. We do not have to go back to all-time highs. We can have some selling pressure. October historically is not a great month for trading, but we are very close to getting out of October, moving into November, and maybe seeing some nice upside. Nonetheless, hey, we're here and we want to make some money. And I don't mind trading the money, trading stocks, whether it goes up or down. I could trade TQQQ if the market goes up, and I could trade SQQQ if the market decides to go down. Friday, when the market sold off, do you think people were just sitting on the sidelines? A majority of people noticed that sell-off and were able to capitalize by getting into SQQQ, making over 15% profit on the downside of the market, because SQQQ is a triple leveraged ETF, which is inverse of the NASDAQ market. So when the market sells off, SQQQ pushes up. And so that 5% sell off with the NASDAQ resulted in a 15% profit for SQQQ. Now, this isn't something I would hold overnight. This isn't something I would trade long term, because there is a decay factor and there's a lot of other things that go into it. But check this out. If the market does sell off, SQQQ could be a potential play at $15, even to $16.65. That could potentially be a 9% profit on that particular trade. Again, only if the market begins to sell off. All right, all right. Hey, I appreciate your guys' time. This was a lot of fun. And I think that's probably where we're going to end the live stream. I would love to know more about your story, maybe some of your trades. Share your profits and insight. Again, first link in the description, first pinned comment. You get access to our Discord, 100% free, lifetime access. And if maybe you don't want to do the Discord, check out our Facebook private group. You know what? I'm going to pull that up real quick because proof is in the pudding. And I created this community from scratch a few years ago, and we have just now crossed over 70,000 members, guys. It is freaking insane the amount of progress we've made. 70.5 thousand members. Investing for Beginners community. It is a private group. You do have to ask to get in, but I pretty much accept most people. Look at that spam. Only one spam, guys. We're very good at keeping spammers, scammers, and people away from this community. We want to protect you and your assets. It's very active. We have a ton of people that are commenting, posting all the time. We have tons of members coming in. This was literally the live stream we just did now. There's that also that little basically post I did showing exactly what we talked about today. I have some other shorts and videos talking about, my price targets and stop losses for different companies and positions. We talked about open, we talked about the NASDAQ, and there's a lot of different stuff in here. People commenting, people leaving their post and their profits. So join the community. This is also 100% free and lifetime access. So get in while you can. Guys, I want to leave you with this final thought. Remember, nothing is life or death when it comes to trading. There is no amount of money and there's no trade that should hurt you or harm other people. There's a lot of crazy people in the world. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening. But the last thing I want for any of you is to take your life. Okay? There's no need. And if you guys are struggling financially, mentally, or overall just having a bad day, reach out to me, talk to somebody in your group or your circle, or talk to a stranger. And that's the best thing you can do. Go for a walk, go for a run, read, write, draw, listen to music, anything to separate yourself from negative thoughts. All right? I appreciate you guys' time. Like always, let's end the year on a green note. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for our live day trading session. Hope to see you there. Don't be late. Just kidding. And have a great rest of your Sunday night.